welcome to the first Behind the Music of 2021. It's good to be back with you. It feels like it's been a little while since we've been together, but I'm happy to be back on the bench sharing with you a little bit about what I enjoy about making music here at Victory. Over the last couple of weeks, I took the opportunity to do some Christmas things and spend some quality time with my immediate family. I also took a whirlwind trip to Tennessee to go to what was mostly a virtual wedding, but for one of my best friends, and I had to be there for him. And also while I was there, I took the opportunity to visit the organ that I first studied organ on. I was in Chattanooga, and I have a picture for you of the organ at Southern Adventist University in Collegedale, built by the builder John Brombaugh. I knew when I saw that organ, I had to take organ lessons, and as they say, the rest is history. So that's a little bit about what I've been doing. I hope you've had a safe and restful couple of weeks and are ready now to embark on 2021 with me. As we start this new year, we're starting a new sermon series called Piercing the Darkness. The pastors are going to be focusing on messages about the life of Jesus and how what he brought was really piercing the darkness of the world. As I was thinking about that, I was thinking about what pieces of music come to mind for me personally when I think about light and darkness and things like that. And one of the ones that came to mind, possibly because I had recently been at my alma mater, was a piece by Felix Mendelssohn. I learned this when I was an undergrad. It was the second sonata by Mendelssohn. Mendelssohn was a German composer from the Romantic era. He wrote a lot. I'm sure you know much of his music. His output for the organ, not so much, some sonatas and things, but he was an organist. He started playing when he was 11, and so probably a lot of what he did on the organ was improvisation or church music, not so much compositions. However, the pieces we do have from him are staples of the organ repertoire, and so I was very happy to learn his music and have continued to play his music through the years. As I started working on this second sonata, way more years back than I care to admit, it struck me that it really told the Epiphany story. Now, we've just celebrated Epiphany on Wednesday of this past week, the story of the wise men bringing the gifts to the baby in the manger. And there was so much that went into before. We focus on they were there, they worshiped, and they gave the gifts. But this sonata really, the way I interpret it, I don't know that Mendelssohn had this in mind, but this is how it feels to me, talking more about what got them to the point of actually starting their journey. They didn't just wake up and decide to go. These were scholars. They spent a lot of time studying, and this is what they did. So here we have in the beginning of this first movement of the second sonata, picture in your mind's eye the Magi. They've got their scrolls. They're out studying. Next section, I like to think of it as they're having this dialogue between them. I don't know how many there were. We like to think of 3, but there were probably more. So they're talking. Did you read this? I did. What's it say? I don't know. What do you think it means? Oh, that's interesting. I hadn't thought of it that way. Are you sure? I don't know. Maybe. You hear this dialogue? The voices are speaking to each other. Did you read this? I don't know. Did you? It's a whole, we need this too, right? We just don't sit and think about thoughts to ourselves. If we want to actually work through something, I call up a friend and be like, hey, what do you think about this? You know, have you thought about this side of it? And the other person could say, well, you know, I think blah, 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 and you have this dialogue, and that's how you grow and develop. So here they are, they're discussing. It might be the middle of the night. They could have been working late hours. Says, quick, look out the window. What do you see? What is it? What is it over there? my favorite moments in any work is where you've had this very grand beginning conversation, and then there's just this note. That doesn't happen a lot in music, that there's just a note suspended there. What's it doing? It's like a candle in the darkness, right? And then the wise men, they discuss it. Wow, we've never seen that star. What do you think it's about? And I know we've moved past Christmas and we're on to new things, but I think this is an important thing. Like this discovery and this journey, this is not something that just happens overnight. We're going to be focusing on how to be lights in the darkness and how to share the light that we have within us to the people around us. And so this week, as you think about that and as you settle into 2021, I hope you enjoy this piece by Felix Mendelssohn. See you next time.